Welcome to your TGB Academy BIAB course. During this course, we are going to introduce you to the BIAB range, the correct application techniques for overlays and infills, and teach you the methods to perfect your structure and reduce refining. We begin our service with natural nail prep, ensuring that we sanitize both ourselves and our client's hands thoroughly before we proceed. Start by using clippers to remove any unwanted length from the free edge. Then take the 220-240 file to shape the natural nail. Be aware of the hypernychium and aim to create a natural curve to the free edge. Using a pusher, alternate between each end to lift and loosen all non-living tissue from the nail plate, keeping the pusher flat against the nail. The cuticle knife is designed to remove stubborn, non-living tissue from the surface of the nail plate that may affect your product adhesion, so utilize this tool to ensure perfect prep. When you are confident that you've pushed your cuticles back enough, you can then use your nippers and scissors to remove any non-living tissue. If using nippers, hold the blades facing away from you. The bottom blade should sit underneath the lifted cuticle, and using the tip of the nippers, you can begin removal. Close the nippers fully every time and avoid pulling at the non-living tissue. If using scissors, the bottom blade should sit underneath the non-living tissue at a 90-degree angle. Use the curved edge of the scissors to push against the cuticle pocket as you move around. The key to a long-lasting service is prep, so take your time. When cuticle prep is complete, use your 100-180 sponge buffer to lightly refine and prepare the surface of the nail plate. We use the 180 soft side of the file to remove any remaining non-living tissue, so be sure to curve around the cuticle area and down both side walls. Once buffed, take 2 pumps of pure acetone on a lint-free wipe and wipe the nails clean. Pay special attention to remove dirt and oil from lateral sidewalls. Once the nail is prepped, we're going to apply a thin layer of bond base and cure for 99 seconds on low heat mode. HEMA-free BIAB does not include a built-in base coat, so it's important to remember this crucial step. When the bond base is cured, we are going to apply a thin layer of our HEMA-free BIAB, using our liner brush to get closer to the cuticle and sidewalls and cure for 99 seconds on low heat mode. We're then going to start building our apex and structure of the natural nail. Working with one nail at a time, apply a bead of product to the nail. The bead size will depend on the length of the nail that you're creating, so for a medium length nail, we will use a medium bead. Once you've applied your bead, push the product all the way up to the cuticle and begin working the product down the centre of the nail. You want to use light pressure, gradually moving the product down the nail to create an apex. Once you're happy with the placement of your BIAB throughout the centre of the nail, use your liner brush to pull the product around the cuticle and into the sidewalls, keeping the product as thin as possible in these areas so you achieve a seamless blend and minimise refining. When you're happy, turn the client's hand upside down to let gravity help enhance your apex. Hold your client's fingers straight while it's upside down to ensure gravity pulls the bulk of the product to the apex area. Cure for 99 seconds on low heat mode and continue with the rest of the nails. Once your first bead is cured, assess the nail to see if the structure requires a second bead. For shorter nails, 2 beads may not be necessary, but if you do need to apply a second bead of product, follow the exact same steps as with the first bead, ensuring the apex placement is correct, and cure for 99 seconds on low heat mode. Once all of the nails are cured fully, we move on to refining. If you need to refine, first remove the tacky layer with a lint-free wipe soaked in IPA or acetone. Using your 120-180 nail file, concentrate on reducing the product around the cuticle area and sidewalls, or if you have any bumps in the nail. You can also refine the shape of the nail if necessary. Finish refining by using the 100-180 sponge buffer to perfect the surface of the product and wipe with a lint-free wipe soaked in IPA. Regularly check from all angles to ensure the structure is correct and do not over-file. How you finish the nail is your client's choice, but we will be finishing our treatment with our HEMA-free Glow Top Coat, curing for 60 seconds. Once your top coat is cured, apply a small drop of cuticle oil to each finger and gently rub it in. Oil can dull the shine of any top coat when applied too soon, so wait 60 seconds before applying your oil. When removing your product with a hand file, we recommend using TGB's 120-180 grit file to help debulk the product whilst avoiding removing too much product and damaging the natural nail. For both e-file and hand file removal, remove the product using no more than 3 strokes per area. Friction between the file and the nail product can cause the nail to become hot and uncomfortable. Start from the cuticle area and work your way towards the free edge. You can then remove the remaining product around the cuticle area, starting from the corners, moving gently and evenly around the cuticle area and sidewalls, ensuring you hold back the skin around the nail. Once any gel colour and bulk of the product has been removed, you can continue with a soak-off. Saturate a removal foil in acetone and secure tightly to each finger. Ensure that the removal foil is on tight enough and allow it to work for up to 10 minutes. Once 10 minutes has passed, you can remove the foil and gently remove remaining product using your pusher tool. If stubborn product remains on the nail, don't force it. You might need to gently file off some more product before re-soaking it in acetone. Once all the product is removed, gently buff the surface with your 100-180 buffer. Finish your removal service by refining the cuticle area using your prep tools and then nourish using your cuticle oil. We will now cover the removal process of BIAB using an E-file. When using TGB's E-file, we recommend using no coarser than a medium grit bit, such as the 6-in-1 remover bit, to avoid removing too much product and damaging the natural nail. For both E-file and hand file removal, remove the product using no more than 3 strokes per area. Friction between E-file can cause the nail to become hot and uncomfortable. If you need to reduce the length of the nail, start by holding the E-file at a 90-degree angle against the free edge. You can then start removing the product from the cuticle area and work your way towards the free edge. You can then remove the remaining product around the cuticle area, starting from the corners, moving gently and evenly around the cuticle area and sidewalls. Once any gel colour and bulk of the product has been removed, you can continue with a soak-off. Saturate a removal foil in acetone and secure it tightly to each finger. Ensure that the removal foil is on tight enough, leaving to soak for 5 minutes. Once 5 minutes has passed, you can remove the foil and gently remove remaining product using your pusher tool. If stubborn product remains on the nail, don't force it. You might need to gently file off some more product before re-soaking it in acetone. Once all the product is removed, gently buff the surface with your 100-180 buffer. Finish your removal service by refining the cuticle area using your prep tools, and then nourish using your cuticle oil.